I felt like I had to protect myself from being hurt from people that I love. But I couldn't figure out how I was gonna make it.
It looks like Alicia Keys didn't just clap back. She came swinging with fire. She straight up accused Lala Anthony of being secretly engaged to her man, Swizz Beatz. And this wasn't some low-key, hush-hush whisper behind the scenes. Alicia allegedly let this bomb off loud and clear, making sure the whole world caught it. What was once just a tiny spark of gossip exploded into a full-blown trending scandal everyone's talking about. But here's where it gets wild. The more you dig into this, the less it feels like an emotional outburst, and the more it starts looking like a shady chess game that's been in play for years.
The rule, she was like, treat people how you want to be treated, and that is always how I think about it.
Was Lala really juggling a double life behind closed doors? Or is somebody deliberately pulling strings, stirring chaos just to watch the fallout? Because when you line up the old photos, the cryptic captions, and those so-called insider tips, nothing matches up clean. And get this, people are now replaying Alicia's own words. Would it make us look crazy if we talk about the unthinkable? That line hits way different now.
Period, huh?
All right, so are you pulling it back? Ready?
Okay, I don't know how to do this. What am I doing?
You just go like this and you pull this.
Yeah, pull it back. Follow easier. Sheesh.
That's crazy.
Nah, that's. Sheesh.
It's crazy.
Nah, in person?
Word on the streets is, Alicia went public with these accusations in a way that left no room for doubt, and instantly the spotlight flipped, not just on her marriage, but on her whole inner circle. As soon as she dropped it, fans started dragging up receipts from years back, connecting dots nobody wanted to see before. Stay tuned, and don't forget, hit that subscribe button to Juicy Reel so you don't miss the next twist in this scandal. Little moments we all brushed off back then suddenly look way too suspicious now. Once folks online started piecing it together, the internet went wild. Like every post, every late-night tweet, every sneaky sighting suddenly had a whole new meaning. It wasn't just gossip anymore, it was turning into receipts. And here's the kicker. An insider swears Alicia wasn't just blindsided by chatter. Allegedly, she's been clocking the weird vibes for a while. Strange texts popping up, late-night meetups that didn't add up, cryptic captions that seemed random at the time, but now feel like confessions in plain sight. So, the real question becomes, did Alicia just stumble onto the truth now, or did she already know and finally snap, deciding she's done playing the smiling wife role? Because if these whispers are true, that so-called secret engagement was going down right under her nose for years. And the mess doesn't stop there. It gets uglier the more dots you connect. These staged appearances, those perfect couple photo ops, and all the PR smiles. They're starting to look like straight-up cover-ups. The internet wasted no time. People jumped all over it, dropping reactions left and right like this was the juiciest tea of the year. Some were shocked, some laughed, and plenty delivered pure sass. One fan even wrote, "Wait, Swizz Beatz and Lala Anthony are allegedly having an affair? Well, Alicia Keys, it's called karma, baby." You could practically feel the side-eye dripping through the screen. Because let's not forget, Alicia once sang about karma. And now, the same fans are saying, maybe that song is finally catching up to her. What goes around always comes back around. And this time, the tables look flipped in the dirtiest way. The whole "how you got 'em is how you lose 'em" narrative started flying fast, and fans weren't letting it slide. Everywhere in the comments, people were dragging up the receipts, reminding the world how Alicia and Swizz first linked up, and now it's circling right back, with folks asking who's lying and who's really playing games, especially with Lala allegedly sliding into the picture so quietly. You could practically feel the tension buzzing under every single comment. But here's where it went from messy to straight-up nasty. When the whispers about Lala and Swizz first hit the streets, he practically became a one-man crisis management team. Remember, Lala was fresh off her split from Carmelo Anthony, and just when people were still dissecting that drama, the curveball dropped. Accusations that she was allegedly creeping with Swizz Beatz. And this wasn't just random blog talk either. Radio host Ms. Jones claimed she got a DM straight from someone inside Swizz's own camp, saying Lala was head over heels for him. But he wasn't about to leave Alicia. Of course, Swizz wasn't taking that lying down. He jumped into the comment section like a man on a mission, typing out that now famous clapback, "Knock it the F off ZZ." And the wild part? Alicia seemed to buy it. But the denial wasn't the only thing Swizz was serving up. He went into full-on love bombing mode right after. For her birthday, he pulled out all the stops with a gift, so over the top, it took 2 months just to get delivered. And when it finally arrived, it wasn't flowers, it wasn't jewelry, it was a custom $300,000 Maybach. That's not just a present, that's a statement piece, baby. Mama, mama, mama. Fans couldn't believe their eyes. And suddenly the question wasn't just about the rumors. It was about how far Swizz was willing to go to keep Alicia locked in and looking the other way. Stick around because this scandal is only heating up. Make sure you hit subscribe to Juicy Reel so you don't miss the next shocking twist. But if you thought the Maybach was the end of it, think again. Swizz didn't just shower Alicia with expensive toys, he hit the studio and literally remixed her legacy. He linked up with rapper Marv Milley, who dropped bars praising Alicia's artistry, her heart, her entire legacy, even calling her the R&B Rosa Parks. Like, hold up, how Rosa get dragged into this? The whole thing felt like one giant romance package. Over-the-top gestures, love bombing, and public declarations all rolled into one dramatic performance. But looking back now, people are starting to wonder, was it really about love, or was it all a distraction? Because years later, Alicia herself is out here putting Lala's name dead center in a secret engagement scandal. Suddenly, those wild birthday gifts and gushy remixes don't feel like sweet gestures anymore. They look more like Swizz was making sure Alicia never looked too close at what might have been happening in the shadows. And just when you thought this was only about Lala, boom! Another twist lands like a bombshell. Word on the curb is Swizz Beatz might have gotten someone else pregnant. And not Alicia, not Lala, another woman entirely. And allegedly, she's a white girl. Fans went into meltdown mode screaming, "Wait, Swizz Beatz got a side chick pregnant and she's white?" The internet spun out of control with memes, think pieces, and endless debates. Suddenly, people weren't just side-eyeing Lala, they were dragging Swizz into a whole new storm. Because with this mess, nothing is ever simple. Every time you think you know the whole story, another layer peels back, and the drama only gets nastier. Don't miss what comes next. Hit subscribe to Juicy Reel right now, because the next reveal will blow this saga wide open. Some folks online are convinced the so-called other woman isn't some random mystery girl at all. They swear it's just Lala in disguise. The whole pregnancy rumor and white woman twist? Fans think it's nothing but a smokescreen to keep Lala's name out the headlines. And if that's true, then wow. It means Alicia's been living with a slow burn scandal right under her nose for years, while the rest of us were just treating it like gossip. Every layer of this tea keeps stacking higher and hotter, like one tea bag after another dunked into boiling water until it's spilling over. And honestly, it makes sense why Alicia finally snapped and went public with the secret engagement bombshell. At some point, there's just no pretending anymore. The history, the whispers, the staged distractions, it's all catching up to her in the ugliest way. And speaking of history, let's be real. This wasn't the first time Lala and Swizz's names got tangled up together. Long before this alleged engagement ever made headlines, there were already rumors flying. The energy between them had people raising eyebrows years back. When Lala was still with Carmelo, she and Swizz were often spotted hanging out. And if you looked closely, the body language told a whole different story. Lingering eye contact, private little conversations, smiles that stayed just a bit too long. People noticed. "Oh, we know that look," fans said, and they weren't wrong. And let's not forget that one event where Alicia and Swizz were putting on their PDA show while Lala stood just a few steps away, looking way too comfortable. No makeup, no distractions, just pure tension hanging in the air. This saga is digging deeper into the past than anyone expected. Make sure you subscribe to Juicy Reel now, because the next chapter is about to shake the table even harder. People swear that just a few feet away from Alicia, Lala and Swizz were moving in their own little bubble, sharing lingering looks, flashing smiles that lasted a bit too long, and carrying an energy that definitely didn't scream, just friends. Then came the Met Gala moment. Lala on the red carpet, asking Swizz questions, complimenting him, keeping the vibe light and lively. And Swizz, he was right there with it, grinning, laughing, feeding off her energy in a way that didn't go unnoticed. Now, was it over the top flirty? Not exactly, but you could feel the undertone. And trust, it caught people's eyes. Some folks chalked it up as harmless banter, but for others, it looked like the kind of chemistry that had been hiding in plain sight for years. So, when whispers of a secret engagement finally started circling, a lot of people weren't even shocked. To them, it felt like the natural endgame of a tension that had been shimmering just beneath the surface forever. Energy that was always there, just waiting for the right moment to explode. And here's where it gets even juicier, because if you zoom in on the pattern, Lala's been playing this game like a pro. Every single time blogs started connecting her to Swizz, out of nowhere, another man suddenly popped up in her storyline. First, it was that New York City entrepreneur, Bear. Before that, some mystery dude whose name never even hit the blogs. And every single time, Lala kept it the same. No confirmations, no denials. She just sat back, let the story simmer, and watched the internet run wild with speculation. This is giving long game strategy vibes, and trust me, what's coming next could blow the lid clean off. Smash that subscribe button to Juicy Reel because you don't want to miss the next reveal. No couple selfies, no soft launch Instagram posts, no public declarations, nothing. And honestly, that might have been the smartest play Lala could have run. While the public was busy chasing side stories and side quests, nobody was focusing on the main act. Her and Swizz. If that's the strategy she's been working this whole time, then that's not just slick. That's PR mastermind energy. She's been controlling the narrative without saying a single word. But here's the catch. No amount of smoke and mirrors can cover up what's happening now, because Alicia herself has finally dragged Lala's name front and center. And once that happens, every whisper, every mystery man, every distraction suddenly looks exactly like what it always was, a cover-up for the real drama. And let's be real, the internet has not forgotten how Alicia and Swizz even started. Back in 2010, the very same year Swizz married Alicia, he divorced Mashonda to Frere. And Mashonda was out here openly saying he cheated. She claimed Alicia knew he was still married when they hooked up. Mashonda said she was blindsided, completely unaware he was about to walk down the aisle with Alicia just months later. That's not just messy, that's betrayal with a tuxedo on. And sure, in the years since, they've pushed this polished, happy, blended family image. Cute pictures, red carpet smiles, media-friendly moments. But a lot of fans never bought it. One person summed it up cold. Swizz didn't create a happy blend. He damaged that woman's heart, caused extreme emotional turmoil, and now he's trying to normalize it through photo ops. Woo, you can almost feel the sting in that line. This scandal is cracking open old wounds and rewriting the whole fairy tale. Don't miss what comes next. Hit subscribe to Juicy Reel now because the next bomb is about to drop. When you look at this whole Lala situation, it feels like deja vu. History repeating itself in real time. The grand gestures, the private whispers, the flashy distractions. This isn't just some random scandal falling out of the sky. It looks like Alicia is finally confronting a pattern that's been haunting her for years. She's making it clear she hasn't forgotten the past. And this time, she's not letting it slide without a fight. Because, let's be honest, Alicia isn't just calling out Lala over some alleged secret engagement. She's drawing a hard line in the sand, signaling that if Swizz tries to run the same play twice, there will be consequences. And here's the shocker. Insiders say Alicia is actually preparing to file for divorce. The alleged reason? Swizz Beatz fathering a child outside the marriage. One fan reacted online like, Alicia Keys and Swizz Beatz about to divorce over a baby? Child, how you get 'em is how you lose 'em. And honestly, a lot of people agree. But this isn't just messy fan speculation. Allegedly, Alicia didn't find out from gossip blogs. She found out through a court-ordered paternity test. Yes, y'all, official paperwork, not whispers. Imagine reading legal documents spelling out that your husband's been living a whole other life behind your back. That's betrayal in black and white. And here's where it gets even colder: the timing. This news didn't drop on some random Tuesday in the middle of the year. Oh no, it hit right after Alicia and Swizz plastered Instagram with their picture-perfect 15 years of magic anniversary posts. Cute smiles, heartfelt captions, the works. But if the timeline lines up the way people claim, Alicia might have been clutching those paternity results in her hand while posing for those photos. Now that's a whole different kind of performance. This drama just went from whispers to hard receipts, and the fallout is about to get explosive. Make sure you smash that subscribe button to Juicy Reel so you don't miss the next chapter in this saga. That level of PR control is straight up diabolical. Most people couldn't pull that off even if they tried. But here's the kicker. This isn't just your regular he cheated betrayal. If the whispers are true and Swizz really has a brand new child on the way, this shifts the entire storyline. Because now, the question isn't just about infidelity, it's about where Lala fits into all of this. Remember, the engagement rumor is still out there spinning! So if Alicia really ends the marriage over this alleged baby, could that be the exact moment Lala slides from alleged side piece to public fiancé? Would Swizz really be bold enough to run the same play all over again? On the surface, it sounds too messy to be real, but when you line up the timing, it feels a little too neat to ignore. Stack all that on top of Alicia and Swizz's history, the way their romance started in controversy, Mashonda's accusations, the so-called blended family photos that never quite sat right with the public, and it's hard not to see karma circling back full force. What goes around always comes around. And now the same kind of scandal Alicia once benefited from is tearing through her own marriage. And here's the wildest part. If Lala really is waiting in the wings, then this isn't just some random cheating mess. It starts to look like a full-circle replay of 2010, only this time Alicia's on the other side of the heartbreak. That leaves us staring down one messy final question. Was this all part of a long game carefully played by Lala, or just a brutal case of bad timing that happened to explode right on Alicia and Swizz's anniversary? What do you think? Was this planned from the start, or pure coincidence? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell because Juicy Reel is about to bring you the next fire update.